Hello everyone, and the joys of working outdoors. It's taken me quite a while to get this shot, so I hope you do like it. In terms of market commentary, of course, when you're at home in lockdown or on any day really, you do need to get a diverse range of opinions. It's just that we recommend you end with ours. Given that, the Australian markets, the whole Australian sentiment of we are bulletproof is being shattered at the moment, and I think Australian stocks, Australian dollar are still going to continue to weaken a lot further than they have initially for stocks and in an ongoing way for the Australian dollar. So I would want to highlight amazing downside potential for the currency for exporters, not so good for importers. Australian stocks generally, I put out a written report this morning and I just said you really do immediately need to consider a defensive strategy if you are long stocks. And I'm just saying that to help because I think there's been a long period of time where people have just become so accustomed to stock prices endlessly rising that perhaps this downturn won't be recognized as such immediately by the great majority. And that's why, if you're listening to this, even if you don't believe me, do consider where you begin to put in your stop losses and change your signals for the outlook of your portfolio. Maintain a diversified portfolio, most important, and active management I think is most important at this time. We saw Australian data, Chinese data yesterday. The Australian data, the unemployment data I've already addressed in a previous video, so please do look at that on our site, acy.com, as is the same for the Chinese data from yesterday. In the US, we saw softness in industrial production, and we saw a little bit of firmness in the new jobless claims, but nothing too strong on that front, really. We know the situation, the employment situation in the US. We are going to see a Federal Reserve that is so far behind the curve, it'll become a textbook case study of what not to do as a central bank. The Fed is really taking the position that it's going to stubbornly refuse to respond unless inflation, in Jerome Powell's own words, spirals out of control. And of course, by then, it'll be too late. So we're trying to look over the horizon here and see what's going to be happening next. And it's not a rosy outlook economically. It's certainly not a situation where there's going to be new surprise positive economic events and data. It is the fact that we're facing a twin tsunami, and we're here to capture it first coming across the horizon, a twin tsunami of inflation, and unfortunately the Delta strain will continue to spread. Hopefully lockdowns work for Sydney and Melbourne for the Australian situation, but this is a far more serious problem already in many parts of the world, and even the United States is seeing a fresh surge. So do take care. This is different. The doctors on the front lines and the hospitals are saying it. It's not just political commentary, that it is affecting the young as much as it's affecting the old. So do take care, please. In terms of exact specific markets, look, the Dow Jones has tried to make a new high. I think it's going to struggle. The NASDAQ looks very weak, as I alluded to yesterday. The S&P 500, very weak. I think the Australian market can fall sharply at any moment. Clifford Bennett, Chief Economist, ACY Securities.